Hey guys, Sharpen Blade here. Today we're going to take a look at the ABKT Laramie. I got this from White Mountain Knives. It's still available on the site at the time of filming this review. You can pick it up for $37.99 USD. And there's some good things and there's some not great things, but overall I kind of like it, so we'll get into that in a second. So first off, just got to do some specs and then size comparison. So we have a blade length of 3.25 inches, although that depends where you measure it from. I just measured it from here to here, 3.25. If you measure it from here to here, it's about 3.5. You'll see both measurements kind of online a bit, so I just double checked, but it just depends on where you measure it from. Handle length is 4.75 inches from here to here, and overall it's about 8 inches. It's about 7 7/8, you know, again depending on how you measure it, but pretty much 8 inches. Just slightly over half an inch on the handle thickness, and it's 1/8 of an inch thick, the thickest part on the blade stock. It's well, we'll get them out here. Rat Model 2 and Rat Model 1. It's about in between the size of both of these knives. Just nicely in between there. Closer in size to the Rat Model 1, but yeah, basically in between. Now when I saw this on White Mountain Knives, I really liked the way it looked. It has a nice, it's a different shape to it. It's got a kind of Count Dooku lightsaber kind of look to it. And yeah, it caught my eye, so I figured I might as well try it, especially where it was only like $38. So materials, it's got wood scales on both sides. There's sandalwood, it says. D2 blade, if you know, I don't know how you would guess that. And then it's got the model number here, and then it has their bearing technology symbol there. Deep carry clip, not the most attractive of clips, but you know, I don't find it really goes with the rest of the knife for some reason, and I don't like how shiny it is, but anyways, whatever. Just personal preferences, I guess. There are some, I wouldn't say sharp edges on the handle, but anyways, I'll get into that with ergonomics. I guess I shouldn't get ahead of myself. So like I said, D2 blade. It's a flat grind, and I don't know what you call it for a blade shape. I was looking at the Naps mat, and basically I guess it would be just a straight back, I guess. It's got a sharpening choil there. The grind started to go up a little bit on there, but again, not a big deal. It's a budget knife. Fairly even grind on it though, and it is some sharp. It came really sharp out of the box, and it just eats through cardboard like crazy. Now into the more into the ergonomics. The jimping on here is nice. It's not overly grippy, but at least it's not sharp. Because these not much chamfering done on the liners. They aren't sharp, but they're square for sure. They could have rounded them off a little bit more. Would have been a little bit nicer. You can kind of feel it slightly if you really grip hard, but I wouldn't call it a hot spot. You can just kind of feel them a bit. And they raise up a little bit over the top of the scales a bit. So it's not completely flush. But some companies do that on purpose, so maybe they're doing that on purpose. I don't know, but I don't think it was. I wouldn't say it feels cheap, but it definitely doesn't. It definitely feels like a $38 knife when you hold it in your hand. It is comfortable though. I do like the shape. It fills my hand nicely. And other than the square edges, kind of, you can, other than feeling those edges on the liners, it is comfortable in hand. Like I say, that's not a big deal because they're not sharp, they're just square. But they did chamfer the scales, so at least that's nice. It's rounded slightly. You can't really feel the pocket clip too much. If it's a long enough handle that it kind of just fits into my hand perfectly, kind of disappears into my hand, and feels nice that way in both hands. The sandalwood is nice. It's not super shiny, so it's not going to show a lot of scratches that badly. But it does feel, I don't know why, it just kind of feels a little cheap. But again, $38. Got to remember that. $38. Really not that bad. Now, I had done an unboxing video. I didn't bother putting it on YouTube, but I opened it up and I was like, oh, it's not really that nice. I hadn't deployed it yet, but I was like, yes, I don't know, maybe it was a mistake to get this knife. But let me tell you something, I will never sell this knife because of the action on this is, I don't know, it's amazing, I guess, for the price of the knife. Like, compared to the price, we're speaking relatively here. It completely blew me away by how nice the action was. So it's fairly drop shotty. Again, it's on bearings, but it's just such a nice. I was, like I said, I took it out of the box. I was like, oh, this isn't great, and I was like, oh wow, it's actually kind of nice. So really blew me away. So it's actually really fun to fidget with because it's just got a nice sound to it, and it's not fall shutty, but a little bit of coaxing and it goes right home. The thumb disc is fine too. It works well too. I think this is my first thumb disc. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is my first thumb disc. I don't really like thumb discs. I think I prefer thumb studs. But, oh, no, let's try that again. It does, I'm not real great at this yet. But yeah, I keep hitting my fingers on it. But you can do multiple finger flicks with it. So yeah, the action's great. They really dial in the action nicely. So that alone made this knife a winner for me. So yeah, like if you just want, you're like, I'm bored, I want a new knife, I want something that's kind of fun and fidgety, I don't really want to spend a lot of money, pick this up because it's actually really nice to fidget with, and it is sharp and it does perform well. But it's just kind of nice, kind of fun, and it's not going to break the bank. I don't know if that sounds good or not to you. Like, oh, it's all right, but at least it's cheap. But I don't know. No, I like it. It's like overall, the overall knife package itself, there's definitely better out there. But if you just want something fun to play with and not spend a lot of money on, this is a pretty good option. And like I say, it's a knife. It cuts well. So it's not like it's unusable either. It really cuts through cardboard very well. And just look at that action. I still can't get over it. I can't get over how amazed I was by how great the action was on this. Especially for how like kind of cheap it feels. It just really blew me away. But yeah, that's my look at the ABKT Laramie. Hopefully this will convince you to buy it or whatever. But thanks for checking out the video. Take care.